today here at In the Valley. We're up here at the historic log cabin known as Chief Pine Log's home, the 1820s log cabin, and we're on a campus of about 54 acres with 9 buildings and a number of features that are just beautiful here. And I'd like to take you on a quick tour and show you some of the things that we have and some of the things that we may be doing in the future. So come on in, let's take a tour. Before we go into the cabin, let's take a look at this corner. What makes this a Cherokee-period built cabin is the V-notching. If you'll look at this joint, you'll see a clear indication of a V here all the way up and down. However, when Cora Harris bought the cabin, it had logs that went all the way to the ground. But she restored the cabin and built it, modified it, and put a stone foundation under each of the existing corners and all the way around. So now, let's go inside and see what's there. We're currently in the living room of the main cabin here at the Cora Harris property in the valley. And the first thing people notice when they step through the door is the height of the ceiling to the floor. It's rather narrow. And that's because when this cabin was a Cherokee period cabin, it was a dirt floor. Cora Harris had a floor added, leaving very little space between the rafters and your head. She retained the fireplace. She had bookshelves installed, wood paneling that covered the raw logs. And she also added a stairwell up to a second floor for this portion of the property. Actually, during the time the Cherokee had it, there was a loft where people slept, and she saw and took advantage of the space and added a second floor up there. And we're walking into the dining room at this point. The living room is to my right, and here she enjoyed many of her meals and entertained her guests from her dining room with a fireplace here as well. And through this door and hallway, we moved toward the kitchen and also her pantry. She kept a pantry to the right that you'll see. And we can only guess that she had many canned foods in here and other items. Here is a stairwell to the basement. And then on through the passageway, we move into her kitchen. Now we're into the portions of the house now that she expanded from the original cabin. So the original cabin was a one-room property, and now we're into the expansion areas. So here she added cabinetry, and sink, and indoor plumbing eventually, and then she expanded again. She had outside a porch, and she enclosed it, and then a side breakfast area. So through here, she saw the opportunity to enclose her well. There's this, some people call this a cistern or a well, and she moved into this area and framed it in, and it is an enclosed area with her well for convenience out of the elements. Now we are in her foyer. This is also an expansion behind the living area, and here she received guests and had a sitting parlor area, and off to my right is a outside porch that led down to a deck. And in this area are portraits of Jody Hill and his wife Blanche, who recovered and restored the property in the 1990s. If we move on into this direction, this was sort of an office sitting area and foyer that she used to entertain. And then again to my right is the second upstairs. There are 2 upstairs, but they do not connect, so you have to use independent stairwells to get upstairs to either of the rooms there. And now off the foyer, we're stepping into the master bedroom, or Cora Harris's primary bedroom downstairs. We know that this furniture that's here was her original bedroom suite, as Jody Hill was able to find it in Florida from a distant relative, and they were happy to donate it back to In the Valley. So here was her larger bedroom of the 3 that's in the property. So off of the master bedroom, the primary bedroom, is a sitting room one that is full of sunshine. We can only imagine that she sat here and thought about her articles and books that she wrote. And currently, this room has been converted to be a poster room for her primary movie that was made from her book, I Climbed the Highest Mountain. And the book was originally titled A Circuit Rider's Wife. So today, when people come and visit here, they're able to see much of the movie memorabilia. We are in Cora Harris's master bathroom, which is just off her bedroom to my left. And you will see her bed and get some idea of the proximity of the bathroom and the bedroom. And so we've arrived at the second floor, just over her bedroom, and this would probably be her primary guest room here, and perhaps where her daughter Faith maybe spent some time here in this room. And it too has a bath on the second floor. But what's of specific interest on this floor is the next bedroom down the hall, and it has a bit of celebrity status to it. Let's go visit that room. And here we are in what's referred to as the Margaret Mitchell room. According to Jody Hill, this room often was used by Margaret Mitchell as she would come and visit Cora Harris and Rebecca Lattimore Felton. And as we all know, Margaret Mitchell wrote one of the most famous books in American history, Gone with the Wind. Also, Cora Harris was recognized by the Atlanta Journal as one of Georgia's 12 greatest women in 1939, along with Rebecca Lattimore Felton and Juliette Lowe and others, and then a special recognition here to Margaret Mitchell, according to Jody Hill. Since mid-July of 2022 through mid-October, a good deal of restoration work has been accomplished up here in the valley. We've improved the plumbing, installed 2 new toilets, improved the electric, repaired some potholes in the drive, cut back some brush, done some carpentry, rebuilt the rails on the steps, and also have begun roof work. But this is Giving Tuesday, and this is your opportunity to welcome to Cora Harris's library and study. From here, she wrote many of her works. Soon after she expanded her cabin and began to develop the property, she felt the need to have a designated area to write. So she built what was called her library. In here, she had a desk, fireplace, and bookshelves, and she wrote many of her articles, reviewed 1,000 book reviews, and used this space as a study.